What's up, everybody? It is Dankamyouknow, and I am back with another video. And what I'm going to be doing today is starting a new series where I pick random comments and I'm going to reply to and answer them the best that I can. And episode 1 in this series is going to be on the HP Omen and some of the most frequently asked questions that I get. And if you guys are enjoying content like this, please consider giving a like rating and subscribing, and comment down below if you'd like me to continue this series or if you have a question that you'd like me to feature on a future episode. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right, so let's start off this series with the first comment, and it is going to be coming from Geo, and they write, I am so glad I found your channel, bro. I got my Omen 30L a week ago, and it is my first desktop ever. I have a question, man. Will the Cooler Master Liquid ML240L AIO fit this case on the top? I want to upgrade my cooling system, but I am a total noob. Thanks, brother. P.S. It is a 240mm radiator overall size. Well, first of all, congratulations on your new PC, Geo, and I am super happy that my channel has been helpful for you. And as far as the cooler goes, unfortunately in Omens, which includes the 25L, 30L, and the Obelisk, you can only fit a 120mm AIO in these cases. And at the top of the case, you'll notice a bracket that has 4 squares on it. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to pop out each of those squares, and that will allow you to mount a 120mm fan or a 120mm radiator. So unfortunately, the biggest AIO you can fit is a 120mm. So our next comment comes from Andrew Larrabee, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, but they write, is there a way to adjust the fan speeds for additional fans added to the 4 pins on the motherboard? When I boot into the BIOS, I only see the factory fans listed. Well, unfortunately for Omens, the BIOS is completely locked, so there's really no way of setting our own fan curve for the system fans. Our only method of adjustment is through the program called the Omen Command Center, which is actually called the Omen Gaming Hub now. And within that program, there is a tab called Fan Control, and there are 3 options to set your fans to, and they are quiet, normal, and turbo. And even those settings are more of a guideline because the motherboard is going to make adjustments based off of how much load the CPU is under. So say you are rendering a video and the temperatures are starting to ramp up. Well, the motherboard is going to command the fans in the case to spin at a higher speed. And the only header that spins at a different rate is going to be the LC pump header, and that one is going to spin at 100% all the time. So all the other fans are going to run off motherboard command, while the LC pump is going to spin at 100%. And if you wanted to, I have a fan controller in my system, and with that fan controller, I can manually adjust 3 fans hooked up to the controller to spin at whatever speed I want. So that's kind of a good way to get around the motherboard adjustments. All right, so moving on, our next comment comes from Nuka-Cola Does Rocks 12, and they write, this is a little late, but is your computer loud with all the fans in it, or is it sort of quiet? I'm thinking about adding more fans to my Omen, but I'm worried about it being too loud. Well, one thing you have to remember with fans is the higher the quality, the lower the amount of fan noise. And the stock HP fans that it comes with aren't the highest quality, and they function okay, but once you start getting into really high quality fans, the noise rating for them goes down considerably. So even though I have, I think, 7 fans total in my case, I would say the overall noise level for it now is quieter than when I had only 2 fans in the case. So my best advice would be to buy some high quality fans and replace the ones that are in the case, and then you won't notice any more fan noise because the new fans you added are going to be much quieter than the ones that the Omen comes with. So our next comment comes from Heelish _ and they wrote just subbed, and they threw up the good old strong arm. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the smartest decisions that this man has ever made. All right, so getting back on track, our next comment comes from, and I hope I pronounce this correctly, Talha Faisal, and they write, great video as always. Quick question, do you keep your fans on turbo all the time? I still have these stock fans and I'm scared that it will damage them. I'm planning on attaching a top fan later on and using the first video that you made on it. Well, actually, since I got my HP Omen back of June of 2020, I've actually left my fans on turbo 100% of the time. And I just want to let you know that leaving them on turbo will not damage them. And I actually encourage you to leave your fans on turbo, because the cooler a PC runs, the longer the components will last that are inside the PC. And regarding the top mount fan, it's actually one of the best modifications that you can make to an Omen, besides the CPU cooler replacement. But adding the top mount fan will help get a lot of the hot air out of the case. And I would highly recommend doing this as soon as you can. And I also have an updated video on installing all the fans that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link up there and then down in the description. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more comment, and it's going to be coming from Colin White. And they write, are you going to upgrade the power supply at any point? I've been thinking about doing mine, but I'm new to all these modifications. Your videos have been super helpful so far. Keep it up. Well, thank you so much for your support, Colin, and thank you for watching my videos. And I definitely do plan on upgrading my power supply at some point, but probably only when I upgrade my graphics card. Because as of right now, the 500 watt power supply that is currently in my Omen is more than sufficient enough to power all of the components inside. And the only real reason I would need to upgrade the power supply is if I was going with a graphics card that drew more power than my current one. And I definitely do plan on getting a 3080 or a 3090 at some point, but I want to wait until the graphics card market kind of stabilizes and it's a little bit easier to obtain a graphics card. But at some point, I definitely do plan on upgrading the graphics card and the power supply. And as soon as I do, I will definitely upload a tutorial on how to do both of those items. Well, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and please consider dropping a like if you enjoyed it, and comment down below if you'd like me to continue doing series like these, or if you have a question or a comment that you'd like to be featured in an upcoming episode. And I'm just about to cross over 2,400 subs, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for all of your support. And I'm going to be doing another setups video where I showcase all of your setups in kind of a compilation video. And I'm going to be doing that once I reach 2,500 subs. So please keep an eye on that. And if you'd like to enter in that contest, I'm going to be posting the details soon within the HP Omen users Discord group that is posted down in the description below. Well, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.